Blah! Oh my god, guys, we're in the game. Holy crap, that took forever, but we're finally here. This is Rifkin. We're here for Copa America. I'm not, of course, casting tonight with Zombie Girl because she has confirmed no passion. But indeed, joining me on the cast to pick up that slack is Fear Dragon.
Woo!
You may know him from his Breaking Out series. Breaking Out. Do you see what I did there? It was like a pun with the name. Haha. Anyways, getting into the introductions here, guys.
Can I introduce the first player?
Okay.
Okay. Spawning over here in the middle left-hand side, we actually have the finalist and the winner of the last Breaking Out. It is, representing Team Complexity, Hendralisk.
So he broke out.
He did break out.
Fantastic. His opponent in the bottom right for the Chaos Latin Gamers, playing with Major, representing Mexico in Nation Wars, but also here in Copa America, the Blue Zerg player JimRising. Alright, so you guys are gonna be like, Rifkin, you sound like you're bubbly, full of energy, and not at all being stoic and sarcastic. Well, let me tell you, friends, you are wrong.
He's being sarcastic about saying that you're wrong.
Oh my gosh.
You're actually quite right.
How is Hendralisk in chat while playing the game? That's so crazy because these are clearly live. Hendralisk. Oh no, the illusion has been shattered. These are, in fact, replays, guys. I want to stress that before we get too far into it. This is no secret. A lot of these matches for this group, and only this group as far as I'm aware so far, were played in advance due to the advanced scheduling of what I just suggested. Players like JimRising flying out to Nation Wars, unable to be able to be here tonight to play them live. So,
indeed.
One of the big things following that... Oh, sorry, what?
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, I mean, we already have some deviations between the builds right now. JimRising has gone for the gas opening, Hendralisk is just completely skipping it. And that could cause some interesting situations where, I mean, JimRising is gonna have the much faster Zergling speed, could put on a little bit of pressure. I don't know, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna mention how we actually weren't given the replays for this. The admins are hosting it one game at a time, which is a little frustrating for us from waiting perspectives, but it does keep it spoiler free. Yeah. So either Hendralisk is in chat right now because he wants to watch himself lose, or because he's trying to spoil it for you all. Confirmed scumbag is Henry. Regardless,
I will ban you if you spoiler this series.
I win 4-1 in a best of 3 series. But okay, go to the point of the gas you brought up. You know, gasless is something we're seeing, I think, more frequently in ZVZs. Or sorry, no, let me take that back. That's completely opposite. Less frequently in ZVZs because the metagame's become so much shifted from what it once was. You know, gasless builds, guys, tend to lead to roaches, and to get around roaches, we saw players start doing a lot of speedling all-ins. We've seen specifically that in the Big One tournament I've been casting, IEM, Korea, and a lot of the European qualifiers for WCS. So, while we see that coming out of JimRising, Hendralisk is kind of playing this more old-school style. The nice thing about Catalina, though, this ramp can be defended easily if you see this coming ahead of time. Whether it's a wall off, whether it's queens on mass, you name it, you can actually hold this off with relative ease, as long as you know it's coming.
Oh man, Rifkin, speaking of whether it's coming or not, I mean, okay, look at JimRising's vision. Look at JimRising's okay, shut up. JimRising's vision shows that he hasn't actually seen the main base. He never got actually a good scout off to see, did Hendralisk take his gas geysers? And he was building a bailing nest. He actually canceled it and has just made a massive number of Zerglings. I think that he's realized, maybe by the fact that...
It's the gas of the natural. I think that gives
yeah, exactly. I think he's realized that that's the case, but is it a little bit too late? I don't think that Hendralisk's going to have any trouble holding this off.
I don't know. 4 queens look like they could be in dire danger. There is, after all, about 1 Zergling attacking them at a time. Whoa. Actually, the evolution chamber might need to be canceled. That could be a bit of a problem, but he's already... killed enough of the lings. GG is going to be called. This is the downside of when you do an all-in, guys. If it doesn't work, there's no recovery.
That was actually a very, very quick way to tap out of the game. But I mean, yeah, it is really hard to come back from that. I mean,
like it was 6 minutes, man. Like it was 6 minutes.
I mean, you can't even blame JimRising for tapping out right there. Like, he lost so many of his Zerglings. That was his entire, like, standing army that Hendralisk just made drones for it instead and was getting up gas guys and everything. He's going to have a huge influx of gas to, like, tech up and go for, you know, whatever Mutalist or whatever have he wanted to do. Phrasing, really good. I'm really good at it today.
Look at Twitch chat. This is my response to that game. Alright, so there's not a whole hell of a lot of analysis to do for that, guys. It was pretty plain and simple, clear cut. One all-in didn't fail. The other guy defended it perfectly. And like I said, that ramp was awesome. The big thing is just reacting to things without panic, and he did that pretty well. So let me cue up the map intros. I think the map intros almost lasted longer than that game. At least it feels like it sometimes.
It was, I think.
Yeah, so this is game 2 we're getting into on, what is it, Nimbus. So once again, guys, we sadly don't have access to replays. The admins are hosting them one game at a time, so there could or may not be delays between games. We don't know, because if we had the replays, we would also have spoilers, so we can't afford that. QQ. But as soon as these other streams are ready, we're all in this big replay lobby like a big happy family for Nimbus.
We're all in this together.
Are you going to finish?
No.
Okay, good, because man,
copyright, yeah.
Welcome back to Copa America, ladies and gentlemen. This is game number 2 in this best of 3 for Group A. I'm Refkin, joined tonight by Fear Dragon. He's going to be carrying the cast because I am dead inside at this point. Spawning in the top left corner of the map. Down 1 after a failed all-in from the Chaos Latin Gamers. It's the Blue Zerg player, JimRising.
And his opponent, spawning down in the bottom right-hand corner of the map as the Teal Zerg player representing Team Complexity and currently up 1-0. It is Hendralisk.
Woo! So, here's the thing, guys. Before we even touch base on this, JimRising does really cool things, not just ZVZ, but ZV anything, where he goes really lane heavy. And I'm not talking strictly all-ins, but you know, he's that guy that's going to be hitting Protoss with 6 speedlings way faster than anyone else. He's the guy who's in ZVZ going to be coming at you with early game aggression, and not necessarily going to roaches, but more likely mutas because it complements lings better. I think Hendralisk is very well adept at defending both of, like, really any style of ZVZ, but as we saw in WCS last season, you know, going up against someone like Scarlet, you know, whether he prepared for her specifically or not, one thing we did get to see was just how good he was at handling things like mutas, like lings, you know. I don't think JimRising is going to be the guy who goes roaches, and even if he does, Hendralisk in the WCG Canada finals was where he really, you know, I've always kind of liked Hendralisk, you know, Canadian to Canadian, but the WCG Canada qualifiers, whatever, we played against Jig, he really showed that he can adapt to really any situation. And the reason I reference this game is because Jig did everything. He threw burrowed roaches at him, he threw rumbys at him, he even threw swarm house at him. You know, it's oh no, sorry, it's the other way around. He threw like Roach Hydra in drops on top of Swarm Host. I mean, like, I've seen Hendralisk fight the weirdest games and still come out on top. So for JimRising, it's got to come down to solid macro. But it looks like once again he's going to be going with these speedlings, and it's followed up with the Baneling
nest down too.
Yeah,
on one base.
Yeah, and this is kind of what I was getting towards. Like, it's not going to be a hatch rate. This is going to be another game where I'm not surprised he goes for the all-in, hoping to get a quick win here versus Hendralisk. I'm not sure if there was some sort of, I don't know, urgency, necessity to finish the series quickly for him on the night that they played this originally, but this is also not outside
look at
the
that Overlord! Look at that Overlord! He's getting so close to seeing the Zerglings. Well, I guess he only sees 3. That's not the biggest surprise.
Well, it kind of is on a pro level, because you should only see 2 going for a scout. I don't think Hendralisk is going to see this third one and be like, Banelings, nailed it. But we already see him defensively going for these spine crawlers.
Oh my god. Yeah,
he's
maybe
scouted nothing. Maybe he's just map hacking. All right, Hendralisk is a map hacker, guys. Confirmed here on Copa America tonight.
Well, I mean, we did see him in the chat already, so.
Yeah, well, he confirmed he's stream cheating, so we should probably get him kicked out. No, this is complete sarcasm. It's a replay. There's no way this. So, that would actually be really cool. This would be some like
future.
Yeah, that'd be some like time travel element. You ever see the movie Frequency? Anyways, speedlings are revealed for JimRising, and Hendralisk has got the ramp walled off with these queens. The spine crawlers are arranged to defend it. The spine crawlers are arranged to defend the mineral lines. I mean, Jim, get past the 6-minute mark, bro. Banelings are coming.
There are a couple of drones that you can try and kill over here. The Banelings are going to come in over here, blow up on the spine crawler, and a couple of the Zerglings also go down for handles.
Okay, so I want to explain not what's going on in the game right now, but more like the morose attitude I'm expressing to the stream. This is because I know Jim is better than this, and I don't like his choice to have gone for the one base, like at all. I mean, it's Nimbus. This is a map where you can take fantastic engagements. You can do things like abuse dead space and mains and naturals. I am not a fan in the slightest, because like, let's say Angels didn't take this third, it'd still be well defended. Queens on the ramp. That's what's really holding this. It's not the spine crawlers. Baneling's gonna get popped off here. He actually transfuses the spine crawler, so the Baneling's almost wasted. The Lings will finish it off, but Hendralisk, even with slow Lings, has got more than enough. Holds on the ramp. Queen's here. All these Zerglings are choked in, and JimRising is going to tap out. GG is called, and Hendralisk, the cheater, will take the first game in this group, the first best of 3.